Abundance mindset, no less than $10,000 a month. I want that to be your goal, no less than $10,000 a month. See, successful people got a routine. The reason we not successful is because we don't got no routine. We getting up every day, every morning, and we don't even know what we doing today.
Digital real estate has honestly changed my entire life, changed my business, changed the way I think about business, changed the way I think about my life in general.
Like, I got screenshots of my insights doing 943% better than the week before. Wow. All because of the stuff that I utilized from the digital real estate program.
Her 8-year-old son was making $1,000 a week. Man, I need to tap into whatever this program is.
The clarity of what digital real estate is. It's like physical real estate, but on the digital side.
Doing what Brother Ben told us to do in digital real estate, I watch my numbers grow.
You were explaining how I can take things that I think are normal, just really base things that I do on a daily basis and say, hey, that's content.
He broke down on how to monetize your actual content and your intellectual content and monetize it and actually live off of it.
Many people believe that digital real estate is selling homes online, but that's not what it is. The scripture says your gift will make room for you and bring you amongst great men.
That's what the program is doing. It's mining the gems that are already inside of you and bringing that out and helping you understand what your value is.
So what the digital real estate program does is tap into your gift, your skills, your purpose, your talent, and shows you how to scale it online through impact.
You coaches are bar none acceptable. Now, I ain't got no mic like y'all, but y'all see this pen? It's dropped, okay?
I made $2,000 in
come on.
In 3 days. People don't understand. You got to get this course.
I started to learn the power of social media because before being on social media, I was just doing that, being social.
It really transformed my life.
We had close to $20,000 a month, and then we had a $10,000, close to $10,000 a month.
And Ben is up here blessing people game, giving people free game. I don't know why y'all have not listened to this man yet, have not invested in yourself by getting his digital real estate platform.
Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben.
I believe we shouldn't focus on passive income. We should focus on passive impact, because the more people we impact, the more income will come.
Y'all heard of BNX?
No, I heard of BNX.
He's one of the younger brothers. BNX.
Ben.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen that name somewhere. Yeah. I've seen that name.
Allah has imposed on all of his creatures the duty of doing something for self.
You take, all right, one still shot.
I love you, Ben.
Love you too, brother.
All right, family. Y'all ready? Y'all ready, man? If y'all can hear me. Matter of fact, let's start off like this. Put in the comment section. Well, first, let me start out like this. Assalamu alaikum. It's your brother Ben X. Thank you all for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about building the wheel, featuring the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. What I want you guys to do is put where you from in the comment section right now. I see we on Clubhouse Live right now. I see you, Cap. I see you, Rashid, Lamar, Miss Sophie, Nathan. I see y'all in the comment section. Let me know where you're from in the comment section. Let's see who we got on Facebook. We got Marcus in the Facebook. Aziz. We got Tony D on Facebook. Daniel. Yeah, I see Chicago. And we on Instagram. I see your brother, Brother Jabril. Yeah, walaikum salam. Yeah, I see Maurice from Chi-Town. Love some you. Springfield, Illinois. Oh man, we got Detroit and Compton's in the house. Columbus, Ohio is in the house. Who else we got up in here? Ooh, we on YouTube, we on Facebook, we on Instagram. Oh, Orlando, man. Cuz say I'm coming from Orlando. New Jersey's in the house. Atlanta's in the house. Beeville. Man, it's Loganville. I ain't never heard of no Loganville. We got Wisconsin and Dallas, Texas in the house. Brother Derek, I see you, Brother Derek. Brooklyn, New York, California. Man, we got people all over the world in here today. Man, y'all ready for this today? Man, we're going to be talking about building the wheel. This is very important, okay? This is a very important topic. How many of y'all struggling with Building that will, get that will going. Because it takes will and desire to get things done. But many of us don't have the will to do what we should be doing. So I'm going to share some clips from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that I believe will help us out. Oh, I see Georgina all the way from Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh, you in D-Town. Okay. Columbus, Ohio's in the house. Who else we got here? Sister Tanisha from New York. Ooh, boy, y'all in the house this morning, boy. Y'all, we up bright and early. Matter of fact, what I want y'all to do on Instagram right now is tag somebody. What I want y'all to do on Instagram, just tag one person who you want to come on in here today and get that wheel built. Because we got to build the wheel. It's Tuesday. I don't know what you did yesterday. But if you didn't do what you were supposed to do yesterday, then we need to build this wheel so that we can finish this rest of the week off strong. Okay? Let me give you some house rules. We're going to start off with some house rules. Almost here and does not agree with blasphemy. I'm trying to save my people. See, I don't know what you're talking about. See, we starting off wrong already. We starting off with the negative. Let's start off with the positive, okay? Let's start off with the positive. We got Brother Munikai all the way from Japan. House rules. If you got a DM from me talking about buying crypto, talking about trading, it ain't me. I'm going to say it one more time. If a page DM you acting like they're me, talking about buying in crypto, investing in this and all that trading, that's not me. That's a fake page. That goes for Telegram. That goes for TikTok. That goes for YouTube. That goes for Facebook. Those are fake pages. Make sure y'all do y'all due diligence. It's not me. When y'all going down a page, you may run into a Asian person. My only program is digital real estate. The two websites to get to my digital real estate is bookbrotherben.com or digital4real.com. Digital for real. Anybody hitting y'all up trying to sell the program and it ain't the Brother Ben X page, it's not me. Be very mindful of the name of the page. I don't know how y'all fall for it, but my only page like that is my main page is Brother Ben X, not Brother Ben X _, not Brother _Ben_. That's on all platforms. It's only Brother Ben X, one word. So do not fall for it. Every time y'all like my page, like a post, follow, they're going to start DMing y'all pretending like they me. Okay? Cool. Now that we got that out the way, let's get rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's time to get rocking and rolling now. We got South Africa's in the house, man. We got Midland, Texas in the house. Ooh, boy, y'all in the house today. So what I'm going to start off with is the self-improvement study guides. Okay? The self-improvement study guide is from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and this title is called Building the Wheel. So let's start with this paragraph here. The desire to attain a goal brings us face to face with difficulty. Oh, I mean, it's so pregnant with wisdom, man. Let's look at the first sentence. We can't even go past the first sentence like he ain't just tell us something. The desire to attain a goal brings us face to face with difficulty. How many of us, once we brought face to face with difficulty, though, we turn? We think that that's a sign that this ain't the right idea. We think that that's a sign that this ain't the right path. But we brought face to face with difficulty. And he says, when we undergo the trial of difficulty, the trial may be so intense that it extinguishes the light of the desire to attain the goal. I want y'all to write something down in the comment section for me. Well, really for you. What goal do you desire to attain by the end of 2022? What goal do you want to attain by the end of 2022? Put it in the comment. I want you to put it in the Instagram chat, the YouTube chat, the Facebook chat, the Clubhouse chat. Let me know. Put it in there. Put it in there. What do y'all want to attain? What goal do you want to attain? Building a tribe, a new house, financial freedom, 5 million net worth, be on my household, invest in me, more clients. You need to join the digital real estate program. You want more clients. Anyway, land. Okay, cool. We got that. Quit my job. Now, this is what I want us to think about, right? Because I want y'all to really examine this sentence right here. The trial may be so intense that it extinguishes the light of the desire to attain the goal. So that tells me, man, my desire got to be backed by a powerful why. My why got to be more powerful and have more juice than the opposition in my way. What do I mean by this? I got something for you. Mothers, where the mothers at? Where the fathers at? If your daughter or your son was in a house that was burning, that fire becomes small, don't it? Ooh, yeah. Y'all hear me? If your son, I see your brother. If your son or your mother or whatever is in a house that's burning, a car that's burning, you going through that though. Because the desire to get your son out who you really love, your desire to get your daughter out who you really love means more to you than getting burned by that fire. Now watch this, y'all. I'm finna teach you something. Now, if I told you go in that fire for $100, many of us would love to have go in that fire for $1,000. Many of us would love to have an extra $1,000. It'll pay a bill. Ooh, it'll give me, you know what I'm saying? It'll relieve me or something. But that ain't worth me going into that. It ain't worth that. Damn, I ain't finna get on fire for $1,000. But my son and my daughter, I'm willing to take them chances. So that tells me that when I have a desire, it just needs to be big enough, and my why gotta be important enough to overcome any opposition that's in my way. So as you put down what you desire by 2022, by the end of 2022, I want you to put down and think about 5 reasons why it must happen. I want a house. Why do you want a house? Why? I just want a house. No, I want a house because my children need space for homeschooling. And if they don't homeschool, we're going to be potential. You see what I'm saying? I need to make more money, because if I don't make enough money, I'm not going to be able to afford the luxury to make sure that X, Y, and Z go. And if this happens, it's going to really mess up my, like, we got to get a deep why I really want to do this. I want to make more money. Why? What is your real why? Once you determine what the real why is, you start to build leverage. It's kind of like I think that's good. It's kind of like a balance beam. Your why is on the left. Opposition is on the right. Your why gotta be more heavy. Yeah, it gotta have more. It gotta be more heavy than the opposition. It gotta be like this here. It just gotta be like this here. So whenever opposition comes, you got such a desire that builds the will to overcome people crossing you, to overcome people lying on you, to overcome mistakes, to overcome slander, to overcome you know what I'm saying? Man, you gotta have a desire so strong that it outweighs the opposition, so it don't put out your light. Is that making sense? So in other words, it can't be surface level. It can't be, I just want to do it because I seen my cousin do it. See, you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're not doing it for you. It can't be so I can show this dude up over here. Because when he dead, then what? Oh, I'm just trying to show him I can. Yeah, you're doing it for the wrong reason. You ain't gonna have no real longevity in that. You trying to show somebody, prove something to somebody. When they dead, then what? Once they see, okay, damn, you right. Then what? The desire leaves because you ain't doing it for the right reason. So understand, I need a deep why. I need to really understand why I want to do what I want to do. So let's continue with what he was saying. As we embark upon the course of building the will, we see the importance of keeping alive the light of desire. For the will is exercised only as long as there is a desire. Ooh, well, that's good. For the will is exercised only as long as there is a desire. Continuing perpetual desire generates continuing perpetual exercise of the will. Without desire, we have lost the nourishment to strengthen our will, which weakens and is ultimately starved by death. It is the absence of the desire to read that makes it impossible to achieve literacy. We must have the will to read so that when difficulties are encountered in learning how to read, we will be able to overcome those difficulties and accomplish the goal. It's kind of like you have a will to get to the club. There's all kind of obstacles, man. People late, clothes ain't washed, car didn't start, whatever the case. But if you really want to get to that, y'all know how y'all found a way to get to the club. But when it come to doing things we know we supposed to do, we don't got the desire really to do it. So when opposition come up, oh man, I just do it next week. I do it tomorrow. I do it next month. Watch this, y'all. He said a child who is crawling does not realize that he has the ability to walk until he performs the act. What triggers his conscious and deliberate action of walking? Desire. His mother or father may call him, come to mommy, come to daddy, come on. And out of his desire to do so, he stands, he wobbles, he achieves his balance, he walks. Or a brightly colored ball is placed in his range of vision. He is delighted. He wants to touch it. He wants to pick it up and handle it. His desire for the object leads him to exercise his will to overcome whatever difficulty he must overcome in order to walk. Now let's think about this real quick because I heard the minister talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick. A baby, when you think about a baby, when we walking crawling as a baby and we're trying to walk, we all fall down. We all slip up. Why don't we quit as babies when we fall? Why don't we say, oh man, walking ain't for me? Why don't we say walking is not for me? Because I failed. What is it? What is it about as a baby, man? When we were so small, so young, infants, trying to walk. When we fell down, we got back up. But as adults, the moment we fall, we just say, man, this ain't for me, man. This is the wrong business idea. Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I can't do this. I'm not powerful enough. Self-doubt kicks in. Low self-esteem kicks in. Low confidence kicks in. But as a baby, the minister said, even as a baby, when you was pulling on the mother's breast, you didn't know that milk was going to come out. You had faith that it was going to come out, so you kept on pulling. We kept on pulling. Kept on sucking, pulling for the milk of the mother's breast without knowing that it was going to come. But we was pulling. Why don't we pull on the universe? Why don't we pull on God? Why don't we pull on our will? Why don't we pull on each other? Good, in a good way, to get the necessary nourishment and results that we want without quitting. So it's not that we don't know, and it's really in us innately to keep going, to overcome, but we have to have a desire. We got to have the desire. He says we learn in session 4 the struggle for balance, that our primary inclination is to Allah God, is our nature, is the ultimate desire for Allah God. But because we have been made other than ourselves or other than the nature in which we were created, we may not realize our ultimate desire. But as the Holy Quran teaches, we take our Lord desires as our God. Before we can build our will, our balance must be achieved, so that we move forward with Allah God as the center of our existence in our conscious mind and in our hearts. So that's what I wanted to read from the study guides. Now, we talking about balance here, and we talking about how the baby first had a wobble, right? Did y'all know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the earth has a wobble and it's not perfectly round? It's taught that why, even though it's not perfectly round, we don't feel as it's turning on its axis, the shaking. Why isn't it a rumble as we go around, as we traveling? And the answer is because it's in submission to the will of God. It's in submission to the will of God. Although I blown, in submission to the will of God. Well, we too got a wobble. Made perfect yet imperfect. We too got a wobble. Well, the reason we have so much hell and turbulence in our life is due to our disobedience and us not submitting. So the way that we get the balance, the true balance that we're looking for as we go on through life imperfect, as we go on through life making mistakes, but as we strive to submit, we become balanced through our submission. So some of us got God-given gifts, God-given talents, God-given missions that we haven't submitted to, and we wonder why we so stressed. I'm stressed because I have a duty that I know from within I have been given to fulfill, and I'm not fulfilling it. I'm not carrying it out. I'm not carrying this mission out. So instead of doing what I know I'm supposed to do, the stress of not doing it is now on my mind of what I got to do, which is why some of us at this point live in a constant state of depression, a constant state of sadness, a constant state of stress, because we have put so many things to the back burner of our minds. We have put so many things to the side, and we've neglected so many duties for so long. We are constantly stressed out about all the things we got to do. Is that making sense? I see y'all on Instagram. On Facebook, and you say, "Ooh, that's deep." Indeed, wow. This is real. Damn, I didn't work out. Damn, I didn't pay that bill. Damn, I didn't call them back. Damn, I didn't check on them. I didn't make this post. I didn't market the business. I didn't register business. I didn't open the bank account. I didn't go to the cleaners. I forgot. And so now everything hits you all at once of what you got to do. And you just, oh my goodness. And then you ain't got no system in place, no team in place. So you just stressed out. And then we begin to suffer from over-analysis paralysis. Meaning we got so many things that we got to do, so many things I got to figure out, so many things I got to go back and do, but yet so much I got to do still, but yet so much I still got to do, and I got to do something today. So your present is busy, your past is busy, and your future is busy, and you feel like you just in a rat race and you're never going to get nothing accomplished. That's because we've put something to the side too many times. Too many times. Well, let me try to help out. In our lessons, it says big fields await the wide awake man. Master Father Muhammad had a big mission to make us gods. Look at how many people we are. 17 million with the 2 million Indians at that time. We well over 40 million now. I made a post one day and I said, name one person who's done something big on their own. Now, a brother said, Master Father Muhammad. I disagree. Now, I know some of y'all like, what? I thought he came by himself. Oh, self. Yeah. I asked him, did he have a secretary? Did the nation eventually have a lieutenant? A captain? A minister? Did he pick a minister? When he went to the homes, and he was going door to door and was hosting study groups and teaching us who we were and teaching us who our people was and where the Sikhs came from. When he left, he said, hey, invite a friend, invite somebody else. So when I come back, we got more people. And then as that got bigger or too big, they went and rented out a space. So in my mind, no, he didn't do everything by himself, literally had help. So what we have to do is take the word and spread the word. How was God omnipresent? Man, he's present because he's in us. We are all Allahs, yet there's one supreme being amongst us. Well, if we are all gods and it says that you are the real temple of God and the spirit dwells within you and the word was first the word, or God was first the word, then the word became flesh, he's working through human beings. So when you do something and you submitting to that word and submitting to that truth, I'm looking at God. I'm shaking the hand of God. I'm looking and listening to God when you in submission in his words. So we got to take ourselves out of the equation sometime and see what all do I got to get done and how can I scale this and still get all of this accomplished. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said what? Our unity, not our individuality. No, our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. Whoa, hold on now. Can solve over 98% of our problems. Hold on now. So when I have something going on in my life, when I have duties in my life, I can't always look and see how I can do it myself because it says get with 6 to 8 like-minded individuals. I got to put together a system. What? God got one, cause and effect. You do this, expect this. You think and live like this, expect to get this result. You got to set up systems in place. And when we set up systems, processes, it's easy for us to fill in a messenger. A prophet. Boom. Then I throw this in there. Boom. Then woo. See? Think about a mechanic. How does the mechanic know what's wrong with your car? Because the mechanic knows how the car has been made, so much so when he sees it drive up without even looking at it, I hear something. Yeah, that's that alternator there, boy. Yep. That's the radiator there. because it's a system that's in place. The car is built a certain way. You know how mama used to know you been outside. Don't go outside. How did mama know when she came home from work, you done snuck outside? She done put something in place. Ooh, she done put something in place. She got a system in place to where even though I'm not there, I am there. Because it's a system, a process, a mindset. Granny used to put that, Granny used to put that shoe right there by the door. You didn't see it. Put that shoe right there. So when you crack that door open, she know you done moved that shoe. Yeah, you done been out. Come on over here. Get that, go on outside and get your switch. Go on and get that switch. She used to have you pick out your own switch to get what with it. Y'all know? Come on, don't act like you don't know. Don't like you wasn't getting that switch back in the day. But let's continue. I just want to put that in there, man, that we're overwhelmed because we keep putting things to the side. And sometimes it's good to just execute right there on the spot. And when you think about your future self, it may allow you to do it a little easier. What I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Yeah, you don't want to work out. But think about your future self as you keep putting that to the side, how fat you finna be. I know that sounds direct, but that's real. Man, I don't want to work out. I don't feel like going to the gym today. Okay. What is the result, brother, sister, of putting this to the side for 60 more days? You tell me. Would you rather sacrifice getting your butt up, going on to this gym, or getting your butt up being taken to the hospital? Which one do you want to choose? Now, both may have some pain attached to it. Both may have some difficulty attached to it. But I think I would rather go on in there and get them 20s and get to hitting them. Hitting them. Oh, get that shoulders. I'd rather have the pain of my back sore, the pain of my chest feeling tight, than having the pain of, yeah, they finna cut me open. Ooh, they finna cut me wide open. They finna go into my mouth with them. I don't like them tubes. I don't like IVs. See, I don't want to, I don't want to be on no stretcher. So I'd rather take this pressure, which is good pressure, good pain, than that pain right there that may check me out. Cause listen, man, I ain't never been to the hospital, man, in that type of condition, y'all. But I imagine it sometimes. I imagine sitting there saying, damn, I can't get up. I can't move. And the doctor say, I got 2 weeks to live. And then you get to thinking about all the things that you were supposed to accomplish, all the things you wanted to do, all the visions that you had, all the dreams that you had, and you sitting here stuck. Now in your mind, now you thinking about it. Now you wishing, I wish I would have just went. I wish I would have just did. You got that power right now today if you watching this podcast. If you watching this podcast, you're not in a coma at the hospital. If you listening to this, you ain't knocked out on the medicine at the hospital right now. Even if you is at the hospital, you ain't on them drugs to where you high and you just, that's the days where you listening to something. You got the power today to start to change today. Build that will, but first, what the will start with? The desire. It starts with, I want to be better. I want to be healthier. I want to be more wealthier, more richer. I want to have more abundance. It starts with you saying it and wanting it, man. But you know what happens? Watch this, y'all. Ooh, I think this is good. What the enemy does, enemy outside and the enemy inside, it kills your desire. So we know that politics without economics is simple without substance. If we know the minister has taught us romance without finance is a nuisance, then if they kill our desire to want to prosper, if they kill our desire to want to make more money, and then we start to justify our brokenness with weak philosophies, money is the root of all evil, money ain't everything. Didn't nobody say money was everything, but damn, you struggling and stressing, going to a 9-to-5 every day just to get it. Why not put that same energy into building your own business and brand? Don't try to, you see how we justify being broke? Oh, nigga must have got rich all being Illuminati. Oh, the only reason he got on is because he working for the government. That ain't the only way to get on. But you use those things as excuses for why we in the same condition and place that we in right now. Yeah. So now, let me fix my Instagram. Well, let me get my Instagram going because I'm heating up. We heating up. Yeah, we heating up now. Can y'all hear me back on Instagram? So now we justify where I'm at. So if they can, like the minister say, if they can't kill the man, they'll kill the idea because they know he's the man, but he got those coming behind him. So we can't get everybody. So we can destroy the idea. This is why COINTELPRO was so important. If I can put him on the ADL list as a hate teacher, if I can make you think that this person killed this person when he didn't, if I can form situations and circumstances to make you think certain things, although I know he got something that'll save you. I know he got something that'll heal you. I know he got something that'll raise you. But if I can make you hate him, dislike him, and destroy the idea, you ain't gonna mess. I got y'all now where I want y'all to be. If I can make these niggas think that money ain't nothing, and I know this world is ruled by money, I got them. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep increasing inflation. Yeah. I'm going to keep increasing the prices, and I'm going to keep they pay at the same rate and let them keep talking about money and everything and watch their conditions start to go like this here. Inflation keep going up. We in a damn near recession and we think money ain't everything. And why we always talking about money? The moment I post something on Facebook about money, somebody got something to say. Well, what about the spiritual? Damn, we've been talking about spiritual the last 354 days. I talk about finances, money one day. Oh, brother, we got to get to spiritual. Oh, well, don't worship money. Where we get worshiping money from? I made one post one day after week about money. Now is we got to blow it up. But we so spooky spiritual. And our condition is degenerating. Our condition is getting worse. If they can kill the idea, they got us. If they can get to the idea, they got us. Because that's getting to the desire. If you kill my desire to want to be healthy, you ain't gonna work out. If I can kill your desire to unite with your people, I got you. I got you. Because I know it takes teamwork to make something real big and successful. Come on, y'all, stop calling me, man. Goodness. If I can kill your desire to work together as a team and a collective, I got you. I sure wish people stop calling me, man. Goodness. But are y'all understanding what I'm saying? When circumstances come up, I've already killed his desire to overcome. I know it takes comprehension. I know it takes critical thinking skills to thrive in this world when it comes to contracts. I don't care if you're a rapper. If you're a rapper, you got to know your contracts. It ain't all about your art and your talent and your skill. Good. But when they finna sign you and I know you ain't got no literacy skills, I got you. All that skill finna benefit me. All that rapping you was doing in high school, good. All that rapping you was doing in college, good. If I can kill your desire to think, if I can kill your desire to read, if I can kill your desire to want to think critically, I got you. Soon as you come 21, 23, 28, and you blow up, you got to come back to me. Because now you got to be dependent on me to read for you. Now you got to be dependent on me to comprehend for you. Now I got you. Now I got you. So yeah, go on, focus on whatever you want to focus on. I'm going to kill your desire to do the important things. And I'm going to get it back. If I can kill the desire to farm, ooh, I got him. if I can kill your desire to really look into finances and taxes, go make all the money you want to. I'm finna get it back. Give it back at the end of the year. Come on, give it back. Give it back to daddy. Come on. Turn it in. You drugged it. You talking about you a boss, turning it back in. I'm learning too. I'm learning myself. Now I made some money. I got a pretty good tax bill. Yeah, it's pretty high. But I'm learning now. Hey, man, you give me once, that's on you. Hey, I done learned my lesson. But if we kill the desire to look into the details, we kill the desire to go study these things, they're going to always get it back, man. So let's get on with the minister. I know y'all want to hear what the minister got to say. So I just wanted to give y'all that as an intro, man, because I think that's important. So let's hear from the minister now.
This is what Jesus Christ's life should represent. He's not a man to be worshipped. He's a man to be followed. Yeah. All right.
Uh-oh.
Let's go on now. Y'all all right? Yes. Okay. The Quran teaches us that Allah has created us to face difficulty. And he has ordained struggle for us. None of us can achieve any worthwhile goal in life without facing and overcoming difficulty and without struggle, which is bringing into force the power of our will. Because without the exercise of the power of our will, we can never achieve anything. Weak-willed persons are persons in whom the force of God is not strong. In fact, God's presence is as strong in a person as his will or her will, and God's presence is as strong in a person as the spirit that guides the will. Y'all all right? The difficulties and struggles of life are absolutely necessary to manifest our hidden qualities and our dormant powers. God ordains opposition for all life. This is in the nature of things. This is the way he created the thing. So you can't get where you want to go without opposition. You say, what?
All right, let's stop right there. I just had a thought in my mind. And I ain't going to be too long because I know y'all want to hear the minister. But this is a thought that just creeped up into my mind. If God ordained opposition, watch this. Then when opposition comes, why not look for God in it? Oh, I just got free. He just freed me. If opposition is ordained, then when opposition comes, look for God in it. If God has an active and a permissive will, why is he permitting it to happen? Why is he permitting the situation to be? Why is he permitting this circumstance to be? Don't look for just the negative. You can always find the negative. Find the positive in it. What is in this for me to get? What's in it for me to see so I can extract it and move forward stronger? I just want to give y'all that real quick. I just thought about that. Well, if God ordains opposition, then when opposition comes, don't look at it always as just devil. Where God at in this? This is something for me in there. Ooh, that's good.
What? I want to be free. Good. I'm going to oppose you. I think it was Frederick Douglass. It said, you want the sea without its awful roar. See? You want victory, but you don't want struggle. What's the matter with you? You want liberation, but you don't want opposition? How will you ever appreciate when you get it? If it's given to you on a silver platter. This is why man's understanding of the hereafter and heaven is a crazy understanding or misunderstanding. They think heaven is a place where you sit down, fan yourself. Angels attend you. That's what you call, if you pardon my expression, Negro heaven. Because they worked the hell out of us for so long, we would like a heaven where we could sit down and do nothing. But no, brother and sister, there'll never be a heaven where you don't have work to do. I'll get into that in a minute. Now listen. In the struggle for life, we hear our people complain. It's difficult coming up in the ghetto.
Come on.
And I mean, it's the ghetto that got us all messed up. See, if we didn't come up in the ghetto, we could have been much better than we are. True. False. It's true in one sense and false in another. Where is it true, brother? And where is it false? It's more false than it is true. The truth is, give life a better environment, life has a better chance of manifesting its qualities. True? Well, let's try this one on. God fashions life in a hostile environment. So if you want to cry about ghetto life and its hostility and being in the white man's world and how hostile it is, that ain't nothing. That's only to bring out in you the best that's in you, because God want to make something of you, black people. But he can't make something of you giving you a heavenly atmosphere where you sit down and go to sleep. He got to give you a hostile environment to manifest the strength of your character and to develop in you the power of your will to bring in a better life. Listen carefully now. Well, you see, all right, I can understand that, Mr. Speaker. But there's so much competition out there. I mean, look, we want to be great, but there's so many people struggling for the same thing. How can little old me? I just don't think we can do it. What did you say? What did you say? Well, I don't think. You don't think? That's exactly right. Look at you starting off with a doubt. Starting off on the negative. How can you ever get positive starting off with a doubt?
How can you ever get positive starting off with a doubt? How many of us, when we embarking on a new venture, start off with the negative? I don't know if they're going to buy this. I don't know if they're going to accept me. I don't know if I can. You killing the God force within to go get it done. So I read in the book, Robert Kiyosaki would say that the rich dad would teach, don't say, I can't afford it. Say, how can I afford it? The moment you say, I can't afford it, you've told your whole body and mind, I can't do it. So you stop trying all avenues. You stop trying to create, as a God, avenues to make it happen. You already done said, oh, I can't go. So you stop there. But if I say, how can I afford to go? Now you're asking, you're doing, you're creating, you're offering, you're adding value. You're striving to do something to get it, to make it happen. So don't start with the negative. Start with the positive. How can I make this happen? How are we going to achieve this? What needs to be done? And sometimes, look, when you say, how can I? it forces your mind to think beyond your subconscious automatic response. This is what I mean by that. As I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about this as I'm speaking it. If I just say I don't know, that's because I'm only going off of my past habit thought. But if I say how, I begin to sit there. Now I got to think, well, if I did this, I might be able to do this and then get. So you got to sit down, stop. Don't say I can't. Because when you say a quick I can't, that's just a subconscious response. That's just a reactive response, because really you're going off of right now and your. But if you think and create something that can be produced now or in the future to get it, now you're moving. Now you got to put your God force and your God intelligence mind to work. Put it to work. You're powerful. And the minister said this is why knowledge itself is so important, because once you know who you are, you begin to strive to live up to who you are. But when you think you're nothing, you're always going to be comfortable with mediocre behavior. You're always going to be comfortable with I don't know. You're always going to be comfortable with I can't, because you're not striving or don't even want to be great or a God in that area. But when you want to be a God in that area, we find ways to get it done. And I'm guilty of that. Some things, man, I don't know. And I find myself, oh, you didn't even really give effort to it. You just didn't want to do it. That ain't your lane. So you didn't really, but if you really sat down and thought about it, you could have came up with a solution for it. So sometimes I'm working on pulling myself down to the present, saying, okay, well, how can I figure it out? What can I do? You know, maybe I wasn't taught that, but damn, let me sit down and think about it. You know, so all those things is, you know, important.
Who are you doubting? You are doubting the God who created you? That he made you to succumb to the ghetto? I beg your pardon. We are born to master the ghetto and create a new environment. Don't tell us anything about competition. When you were sperm,
come on,
the odds that you would be here were from 1 billion to 5 billion to 1. Tell me about them odds. You number players and lottery seekers. Hell, with odds like that, you wouldn't even enter the game. You go to Vegas and Atlantic City, and the odds are less than that. Some of you have broken your arm on that. What do you call that thing they play? Slot machine. Thank you. Some of these brothers and sisters know about that. The odds that you would be here are greater than any odds you will ever face in your life. 100 million to 500 million to 1 billion or more to 1. That's how many sperm were released into a hostile environment, and you made it. Now, what is your excuse now? When you were sperm, you did better than you doing right now. Listen to me. Beloved, let's go reason together now. We're going to have a good time today.
When we were sperm. Woo.
You said, all these forces are just keeping us down. Down, down, down. I don't know what we're going to do. White people just bother us. They keep us down. Always trying to keep us down. Niggas ain't never going to get up. We can't get up. This is you talking. And if you don't talk it, that's what you think.
Come on.
Here's a salmon swimming upstream.
Salmon.
A gangster coming. God gives you an example in the salmon. It's a lovely tasting fish.
Oh, yes, it is. Black
expensive too.
with that barbecue sauce.
But I think it can't spawn its young downstream. It got to go back up. Oh, there's a sign in that. I ain't got time to go into it today. You said, well, that's a salmon. I ain't no salmon. But when you were sperm, you had to go against the force of gravity in order to fertilize the egg.
Wow.
You attempted the uphill road before you were formed as a living creature. You overcame gravity. Now you're alive with the force of life within you and the will that God gives to nobody but himself and human beings. You got all of that. And complaining about the ghetto, complaining about competition, complaining about the uphill road. You should be ashamed of yourself. There is no force, no power in the heavens above or in the earth beneath that we are not born to master.
Woo.
How many of you believe that? Raise your hand. You do? Everybody raise their hand. In the listening audience, if you believe, raise your hand. All right. Then what is it that messes you up?
Come on.
You start doubting. You say, well, I wanna, but I don't think that. Few of you get together, you want to build a business.
Come on.
All of a sudden someone comes up and says, but I don't think that. I don't believe that. Then the doubt puts a cloud over your desire that feeds the will.
Oh man, this is good. This is good. This is good. Can I share something with y'all, man? When we're striving to build a business and build something, we have to be very mindful of what we allow into our ears and into our minds that will tamper with our desire. When you have a desire to build something with the team, there are prerequisites that are needed to be done underneath that desire to build something with the team. But when that desire has been tampered with, when that idea has been pierced by Satan, devil, either in yourself or someone else, it ruins and messes up everything that needs to be done under it. If my desire, I'll speak on me. I'll stick with me. I've been in situations where, what's the best way to put this? I've been in situations that happen that mess with my desire. And when it messed with my desire, there are things under that that's needed to be done. Post, sell, market. I stopped marketing because my desire was messed with. I was losing the desire to do it as a team. I was losing the desire because of a situation that happened. So things that was required under that desire began to slow down or stop because my desire to do it had left. So be very mindful of your desire and protect it. This is why hard conversations and communication is very important. When you change your desire, when you lose in your desire, or if someone else is losing their desire, these are things that needs to be known. because you think, oh, I just lose desire. No, you lose other things too. Everything that goes up under that makes that desire, which leads to the will, which leads to the result of thing, it begins to diminish. Communication stops. Behavior stops. Patterns change. Because the desire has been broken. The spirit that feeds that desire has been broken. So protect the desire. And if an enemy wants to come in, that's what a good enemy is going to attack. The desire in your will, the idea. So protect that. So always making sure that as a team building, yourself building, we protect that. Making sure at least we on the same page with desire, will, up here in the head. Long as we here, we straight, we strong. But once we disconnected here, that's where we leave room for Satan and the enemy to come in to divide two visions, break us up.
So whenever you want to do something, the first thing you have to do is entertain what you want to do without a doubt that it can be done. There is no doubt in God. How could you say you believe in God, then doubt his power to deliver you in the little thing that you ask of him? You make a mockery of your own prayers. You pray to God, then doubt he's going to give it to you.
Wow.
Well, why should he? With a silly attitude like that, coming to God. That's like my child coming to me, Daddy, I saw a bicycle. I doubt that you're going to give it to me, though. Because you're such a cheapskate. But I'm going to ask anyway. No, you're going to turn me down. And then he wonders why he's turned down. You insulted God. Doubting his ability to give you what little thing you ask of him. Ask it with the surety that he has the power to give it, and don't doubt him. Be positive about what it is you ask, that you will receive it, then go after it. Look, beloved, I'm just about to finish this subject. Look, these forces that are all around us that appear to be so overwhelming, we say, well, there's so many of them, so few of us. But when you and I were sperm, we faced overwhelming numbers. See, all your excuses are taken away. Our message to you today is to take away your excuse for failure. You're blaming your father, blaming your mother, blaming your environment, blaming your teacher. If you got sense enough to see where your mother went wrong, where your father went wrong, where your teacher went wrong, then why don't you get up and go right? Huh? All the time you waste cursing the darkness does not allow you to light a candle. So you're in the dark, cussing the dark. This is why those who claim to follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad are angry with Farrakhan, because Farrakhan don't put the blame for evil on the white man.
Uh-oh, come on, break it down.
You say, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the white man is the devil.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to make him good, Farrakhan? No, I can't make him good.
Come on, break down them lessons.
But If you go back to your lessons, Mr. and Miss Wise student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he asked the question, why did God make devils? So if a devil didn't make himself, how in the hell can the devil be responsible for evil on the planet if God made it? Now wait. You say, just a moment. God is a righteous God, and he would never do anything like making a devil. Oh, fool. Paul says the same thing in the Bible. You can't blame the clay for the shape that the clay is in. You blame the potter. Is that right? Paul talked about two vessels, one made for honor, one made for dishonor. But it's the maker of the vessel that you got to look to, not the vessel. In the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's last message to us, he said, we are people that like to put the blame on others. Yes, he said it. We know all the evil that white folk have done. I cannot excuse them from that.
Right.
And the evil that they continue to do, I cannot excuse them for that. And I'm not trying to. But God has created the dialectic. When he created himself and the universe, he put negative and positive in everything that he created. Now then, if he creates a force, and that force is negative, he also creates the ability in the person to master that force.
Right.
That force is neither good or evil. It's how the force is directed. Yeah. Listen to me good now.
Well, he teaching, ain't it, boy?
What makes a devil?
Come on.
Devil means opposer to God. Well, is negative opposite what is positive? Is that a devil? No, it isn't. It's not devil. It can't think. It don't have will. It's just a force that is opposite positive. These forces are necessary to promote the struggle to bring the best out of the creature. Are you listening? So God allowed a human being to be made from a negative principle to oppose the positive work of God, to prove that he's God, always has been, and evil is never more valuable than good. That he can give evil its day in the sun and allow it to go on and rule unchecked. And then in the end, he can come and stimulate himself in human beings. That we will rise up and condemn the opposer of God. Follow me good, I'm coming to something.
Now, in our Supreme Wisdom Lessons, what does it say? Why does God make devil? It's written right there in our Supreme Wisdom. In our Supreme Wisdom, it says to show forth his power, that he is all wise and righteous, that he could make a devil which is weak and wicked and give the devil power to rule for 6,000 years and then destroy the devil in one day without falling victim to the devil's civilization. Otherwise, to show and prove that Allah is the God, always has been and always will be. The angels asked, what are you going to place? Why would you place a ruler in the earth, lest it cause mischief and the shedding of blood? Then Allah responded, I know what you know not. I know what you know not. How many of us have been in situations where We've had opposition of God. We've had contrary thoughts of God. And once we submitted, we overcame our circumstance. Y'all on Instagram, y'all keep commenting the word digital. You're supposed to DM me. I'm sorry, commenting the word product. DM me the word product if y'all want my help. DM me the word product if you want my help. But how many of y'all have been in situations where you've had a contrary thought, or you've been in a dinner with a person who had a contrary idea, and when you submitted to the will of God in his way, it overcame that opposition? As a reminder that the God is still all wise and all powerful. Yeah, we just been running, hiding behind that leaf like Adam and Eve. Because we listened to the snake, the crooked thought in our mind that was striving to get us to go in disobedience to the will of God.
Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Allah says in the Quran, guard against the internal enemy. These are not the actual words of Allah, but in the way Muhammad Ali has set this section apart, he calls it guarding against the internal enemy. Allah says in the Quran, hast thou not seen those who take for friends a people with whom Allah is angry? Then Allah says in the Quran, have you seen those who take their low desires for a God beside Allah? God is not angry with low desires, but he's angry with men and women who take a low desire as a God beside him. Then they put thought and will behind the perpetration and fulfillment of low desires. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where you got a thought now behind the sex revolution. Come on. That is titillating the sexual appetites of human beings by stripping women naked before the world. Putting nude pictures in magazines, in newspapers, subliminally suggesting all kinds of wicked and filthy sex acts. This is thought going into feeding desire to make the will of man bow to low forces, low desires. Sex is a force. It's a powerful force, but it's a force that is neither negative or positive until you apply the will and your desire to it. Then you can make it negative or you can make it positive. It's just a force to be reckoned with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all with me? I'm not going to keep you long. I really can understand. People can't take this kind of stuff too long. Look, I got a watch on. How about you? When you look at your watch, it's either telling time or it's not. When you look at your watch, the face of it tells you what the time is. But you don't see the internal mechanism that's keeping it regulated or interfering with its regulation. Once the face shows up funny, where the time is off, that's when you open it up and go on the inside, because the problem is not on the outside, it's reflected on the outside, but the problem is on the inside.
That's good teaching.
The problem with the world is not on the outside, it's reflected on the outside. But the problem of the world and the problem of man and the problem of woman is on the inside. Listen to me carefully now. oh God, just follow me just a few more minutes. Excuse me, I just get excited over these things. Look. We look at our people, we see problems reflected in the ghetto. We got problems, don't we? Now you can go to City Hall, you can say that's the root of it. You can go to the State House and say that's the root of it. You can go to the White House and say that's the root of it, but that's not where the ball is. See, the ball is right inside your head. It's the way you think. My dear Pentecostal brothers and sisters, my dear holiness brothers and sisters, and my dear Christian and Muslim brothers and sisters who strive for righteousness and claim to live by the law of God. And you're so prideful of your righteousness. You know, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't fornicate. I don't commit adultery. I don't chase women or men. I don't use drugs. I try to be kind to my mother. I help an old lady across the street. Therefore, conclude that I am righteous. I'm holy. Okay? And everybody that lives by that law, now I'm not mocking it, because if you're doing that, you're doing good. That's right. In this world, if you're doing that, you're really doing good, and you should be commended. Yes. Did you get your reward? That was not your radio messing up on you. That's about all your righteousness is worth. Filthy rags. Yes, sir. And it makes you a bunch of self-righteous hypocrites who start judging others who smoke or drink or wear makeup or who are homosexual or this or that as though they're the real sinners. The worst sinners of all are not in the streets. The worst sinners of all can be found in the church, in the mosque, in the synagogue. These are the people that use God's name as a shield for a dirty religion that they practice under God's name. Let me show you what I mean. Y'all all right? We got 2 more minutes to the broadcast, but not 2 more minutes to the subject. Y'all should have been here today. I'm sorry about that.
The resurrection of the
But
dead.
since you just wanted to stay home, it's up to you. Now suffer when the broadcast is over. Because I understand we stay home for many different reasons. I thank Allah for you just being here with us these 58 minutes. And in the next 2 minutes, I'm sorry I will not finish my subject matter. But you can get it on tape if you call 994-5775. Just ask for the full tape. Take your time and listen to it through the week, and maybe there's something in it that you might find some benefit in it. Y'all all right with me so far? Yes. Where was I? I was dealing with the self-righteousness of those who claim to be holy. I want to say that the law of God is not made for the righteous, nor is the law of God made for the mature. The law of God is made for the unrighteous and for spiritual children, to give you the form of righteousness, hoping that you will grow into the spirit of righteousness. Do you follow what I'm saying? Moses gave the world the law. The law is to give us the form. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us a law. That law gives you the form. That law does not give you the spirit. So even if you're in the form of righteousness, but your thoughts are contrary to the form that you are in, then you are actually unrighteous in a righteous form. Do you hear what I'm saying? Now, the prostitute is out there selling herself. You can see her evil. It's manifest. The pimp that's out there pimping, you can see his evil. His evil is manifest. The dope seller that's out there, you can see his evil. His evil is manifest. Because their thinking is not masked by a decent looking exterior. Help me now. The Bible says of Babylon, that mystery Babylon, she had a golden exterior. See, but inside there was filth, indecency, and abominations of every kind. Jesus said to the scribes and the Pharisees that ye are whited sepulchres. A sepulcher is a tomb. But if it's white on the outside, it means it has an aura of holiness. But on the inside is dead men's bones. That's a picture of the church. That's a picture of religion. Religion presents this external view of righteousness. But inside there's oppression, suppression, depression, hostility, envy, jealousy, fraud, deceit, and filth of every kind. Is that right? Yes, sir. God is not interested in that kind of outward show of religiosity and inward manifestation of hypocrisy. What God wants and what Jesus was after is correcting the sin where the sin begins. Sin begins in the mind. Sickness begins in the mind. Disease begins in the mind. And all healing takes place in the mind. And as long as we don't want to get inside the psyche of people, inside their mind, uncovering the foreskin of the heart where the debris is gathered on the instrument of life, then we can never heal humanity. Do you follow what I'm saying? So, Jesus said, no man can serve two masters.
All right, family. So that's all we're going to deal with today as it pertains to the minister's message, man. Was this good? This is good, man. This is a reminder that it's about what's on the inside. Building the will is about what's on the inside. Building the desire is about what's on the inside. So this is why, in my consults, I ask deep questions, and it may be like, dang, why are you asking that? I know that transformation really deals with the inside, and a lot of things that we're dealing with stems from our past. Stems from our past. If you're listening to this on Clubhouse, know the replays are not on, but you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will be able to see this recording when it's up. Matter of fact, I'll post that link right now. If you guys are interested in doing a one-on-one with me about your business, of course, growing your brand, that's what we teach in the digital real estate program. DM me on Instagram, the word product. My digital real estate program serves two needs. Number one, if you have a business, my digital real estate program will help you get leads and sales for your current business. If you do not have a business, my digital real estate program will show you how to be the marketing arm for existing businesses to help build out their digital real estate to get contracts both within 60 days. That's what my digital real estate program strives to do and accomplish. And you can check out the testimonials on my page. You can go to my page and look at the highlights and click on testimonials and read hundreds of testimonials. Well, I think it only give you 100, so read 100 testimonials. Of course, there's more. If you guys would like to book us for a one-on-one to talk, consult, see if we have a product, service that can help you out with what you're struggling with, go to bookbrotherben.com, www.bookbrotherben.com. If you're watching me on Instagram, all you got to do is DM me the word product, and it'll tell you what you need. With that being said, man, I hope that this podcast was impactful. I want to announce that I'm now over 1 million streams on podcasts. That's on Spotify. That includes Apple Podcasts. I saw the other day that I'm over 1 million streams with the Brother Ben X podcast. And honestly, I took months off not even posting on my podcast. I'm just now getting back to posting on the audio podcast. So make sure you guys go subscribe to my podcast, Brother Ben X. Just look it up on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to podcasts on. Search Brother Ben X and it should pop up. With that being said, man, I thank you all for joining, listening, giving me your time this morning. As I stated yesterday, I'm going to strive to do these every morning. It's probably going to be around 11 something if I don't get up early enough to do it before my 10 a.m. meeting. It'll be probably right after my 10 a.m. meeting where we do this to get your mind right for the day. Where I'm at, it's about to be 1 p.m. Wherever you at, it may already be in the afternoon or wherever y'all at, evening time. But make sure y'all go get it. And remember, listen, as we go through these, we're going to discover things about ourselves, me included, that we're doing wrong, that we made mistakes, where we made mistakes, where we need improvement. But always remember that today is the first day of the rest of my life. That's just it. Today, I can have a new mind. The old me died yesterday. I can start off today saying today is the very first day of the rest of my life. And I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. I have that choice. You have that power. I got that power. But what are we going to do with it? Next time, if y'all don't mind, we are going to be doing this every morning. Text the word podcast to 214-884-4644. If you're interested in me texting you whenever I go live, if y'all want to be a part of these. If you haven't already, text me the word podcast to 214-884-4644. And when I go live, I'm going to text y'all, hey, I'm live with the topic. All I ask y'all to do is when we do these, invite somebody. Send it to your friends. Send it to somebody you think need it. If it was really valuable and y'all got something from it, send it to somebody you know so we can continue to build this audience organically. Assalamu alaikum, family. Y'all have a black-tastic